Hi everyone. You could argue I'm late, but I'm not. Actually, there's been a lot going on in the household here. Look, we're here. We're here now. Getting close to the end of this series. And Papa John's already asking where I am, and I'm here, about 15 minutes late. In a tournament that really has established a lot of surprises. Look, one of the biggest surprises was the last match. The fact that I wondered whether some teams fox. What I mean by that is they're not exactly trying as hard as they should. That loss, the way that with CSK, for example, say, looked rather shaky early on, and then of course Pbks came out and really took to it at the end there and brought the score up to 6-1-34, which we are on now. Punjab are 2 for 71, needing 64 of 72 balls. They are in the ascendancy as well. And who would have expected Punjab to win this match? And that's what ought to be in this position at this stage. I'm a little bewildered by that situation indeed. The situation in Indian women earlier today also scored quite promisingly after 15.2 overs, 4 for 131 now. Surprisingly, that's what we call a great effort. But unfortunately, it rained, so the whole thing was basically didn't go any further than that. So, and yeah, it is a matter of being late, but we still have a lot to go. Anyway. We all know about the situation as it stands with Delhi. Looks like Punjab's going to win today. Punjab's going to win, and therefore CSK will not go any further than being second, and they could even be in danger of third. Doubtful. So CSK will finish second, and obviously then Delhi will be first, with Bangalore coming in third, leaving the next match that are significant for KK have to win, and if they do win, will retain their fourth position over Mumbai. So that's the way in which things are panning out at this point in time. Look. With Kolkata Knight Riders match in 1 hour and 13 minutes, so it's still a bit away. Obviously, no toss or anything to that effect has happened at this point, so once that does come through, we'll be able to talk about it. So quite happy. So at this point, I can see Papa John's here. Brahmarani probably is here as well. The night will be certainly action-packed. So yeah, the current match, Punjab Kings look to me like they're cruising to victory over CSK, which I would not have expected to be the case. So who have we got online? Munchie's listening. Good. There's no doubt that CSK recovered sufficiently with 134 for 6, but quite frankly, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Punjab Kings is certainly on the way to a potential victory. It doesn't give Punjab Kings much of a chance to actually make the so-called Final Four, which is unfortunate. But with Rahul now 58 on 28 deliveries, he's motoring. I think he realises the importance of scoring quickly to win this match, to give them as much chance of a net run rate. But you would have to doubt that that will happen. Deepak Chahar is bowling. He's been very, very expensive. Jadeja went for 9 off his first over. So we've got a situation there where Agarwal was out for 12. Sarafaz Khan was brought up the order undoubtedly to attack. Charlotte Khan the same, with Aiden Markham dropped down lower with Mozon Reese, Chris Jordan there as well. That they look pretty much okay as long as Rahul continues. I think they've got a good chance. Mozon Reese can certainly bat. Aiden Markham can do admirably well. Josh Hazelwood is the best of the 4 bowlers so far, but he's had 7.33 off. He's just 3 overs, 9 for 22. Shardul Thakur has taken 2 for 15 off 2. He inevitably does work very well. So that's the situation as it stands now with this match, of course. The real heat will be on the next match with the KKR can, in fact, show their wares, so to speak, in the match that will follow against a pretty... There's been some pretty admirable performances leading up to this. Let me have a look here. Runs and rules haven't been bad at all this series, but they don't look that good or good enough to take on KKR, and they've been pretty good, very, very strong. Owen Morgan has had his team playing relatively well. So yeah, then there's only the 2 matches left after that, which will be a double header yet again tomorrow, but it'll be on exactly the same time. It's the SRH versus Mumbai Indians, then RCB versus Delhi Capitals. Those 2 matches will in fact be on at the same time, which is 1 a.m. in the morning in Australia, but it's actually, well, Indian time, it is 5.5 hours difference now, so that would be 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. IST, Indian time. Hello, Norman. I'm here, yes. Hello, child face. Probably done that. Have you heard Shah Rukh Khan's son's news? No. Baram's here. Munshi's here as well, as we heard earlier. And we've still got a fair while before any tosses. Punjab Kings, as long as, of course, Rahul continues to bat, we should see that being a relatively easy win. But all it does is just prove to me that Delhi Capitals is the worthy #1 position. A little locked keyboard here. There we are. But yeah, it's been a relatively, if I'm being really honest with you, it's been a very tiring series because it was brought up into 2 sections or 2 legs or two stages. The reality is it's taken what appears to be months to finish, and it's only going to get bigger when they announce further size joining, which I'm not sure when that'll be. It'll be probably sooner rather than later. We have a situation where this is the 53rd and 54th match. Effectively in stage 2, it's the 24th and 25th match, having played 29 in the first leg. The Kolkata Knight Riders team, to me, look like they're in the box seat to hold the 4th spot. Mumbai Indians, if they do win, they'll have to do something absolutely remarkable to then have any net run rate that would even go close to matching the KKR net run rate. So why are people praying and supporting SRK's son? I don't know and understand Bollywood fandom. Okay. MI versus R, it ruined IPL for me. The lack of intent by R was saddening. Okay. Hello, Amit Shurastav is here. I don't know anything about Shah Rukh Khan's SRK, as we're calling him. What can you tell me? I don't know, guys. It's something that I'm not having some pretty bad reception. Sure, the problem is here is a reception problem. Okay. Not sure if anyone would want to pick Sarafaz under the hammer after 2 ducks. Yeah, he hasn't looked good. We have not many games left now. We'll go straight into a qualifier and then a so-called eliminator, a further qualifier, and then a final. So the first qualifier will be between the top two sides. If I'm not wrong. The winner of that goes straight through to the final. Big bonus. The loser of the qualifier one, and then playing the week after. Sorry, not the week after. There'll be the eliminator, which will be third versus fourth. Then that team who loses is out. The winner of the eliminator and the loser of qualifier one will then play in qualifier two. And then the winner of qualifier two then goes through to the final to join the winner of qualifier one. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Okay, I'm repeating it. The four last games will be qualifier one. The teams will be quite likely to be Delhi Capitals versus Chennai Super Kings will be in qualifier one. The winner of that match goes straight through to the very final, so they're already in there. The loser will qualify one. Let's surmise that it's the loser will be. So the loser will be CSK. We'll go to qualifier two. The eliminator, which will be between let's just argue KKR versus RCB. The winner of that goes through to play, say, CSK. The winner of that goes through to play against Delhi in the final. Who will Pbks, as in Punjab Kings, retain before they next option, Rahul or Bishnor or Ashdeep? Well, there's people saying that it's the last game that KL Rahul's going to play for Punjab. I wouldn't get rid of him. I think he should stay, so I think it would have to be him. But then they may also have an Ashdeep. Ashdeep's been really good too, the bowler, fantastic bowler. So Amit Shustav says SRH beating RCB, Punjab looking good against CSK in terms of upsets. Well, if that were to be the case, wouldn't change anything to the top four, would it? How many players one team can retain it? Yeah, apparently it is two. I believe it is two, if I'm not wrong. Let's get all this. Okay. Oh god, it's cool. This is agonizingly slow. All right. All right, so those were upsets, but MI versus RR reeks of Ambani's checkbook. Well, no, I don't think so. MI will retain Rohit and Bumrah. You would think they would do that. Yes, you would think that. Although it's pretty hard to work out. Maybe they'll keep. Well, yeah, they're probably the two select players. What if KKR loses? Well, KKR loses, then and Mumbai Indians win, then you could see Mumbai Indians get into the final four. It is possible. So look at this points table there. God. Why does it say points table there? Okay. Yeah, currently after 13 matches, Kolkata and Mumbai are both on 12 points. Punjab, even if they win today, will go to 12. Rajasthan Royals, if they win, will go to 12. So the reality is that Kolkata Knight Riders loses and Mumbai Indians win, then they will go through. So yes. Yes, okay. Absolutely not. He's bored. Burham is bored by the Ambani checkbook comment. Okay. DC deserve to win the IPL. I've said that all along. Absolutely not. Royals are a very inconsistent team. Yeah, I can't see KKR losing to Rajasthan Royals, okay? Which just about puts Mumbai Indians out, even if they win. So that's probably the truth. Hi, Cricket Legends. Haven't had anything from you yet. Norman, no live wire. Well, I'm actually here 31 minutes ago. 31 minutes ago was a bit early. Yeah, Punjab nailed it with the bowling. I would agree with that. Well, a start by the girls. Yes, the girls did start very well, but they didn't win. So they're actually in the women's competition. That is between Australia and India. They're currently 7-5. Women's T20 rang what exactly? It rained sufficiently to knock it off. So that game saw India do very, very well, and then it got equal points. That is 1 point. So they're effectively Australia is 7, India is 5. But if India win the next match, it'll be 7-all, which means it'll be, which it should have happened today actually. 7-all will make that last T20 huge because the winner takes the overall tournament. Where is Denial? How fun is it to live in Denial, Beryl? Okay, all right. You guys are going to start, aren't you? Baran has to face the fact that you would argue at this point in time that Mumbai is not going to get through. Well, we can justify that by the way that the two teams should win, but won't be enough for one team to go in front of the other. Yeah, it is true. RCB are likely to be in the eliminator again. The way that the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. So RCB, let's have a look at this. RCB will play Delhi Capitals. So even if okay, let's just assume CSK lose the match, which looks like it's heading that way. 3-3, lost another wicket actually. So RCB win, they would go. If RCB win and CSK lose, RCB would go from 16 to 18 points, and Chennai would stay on 18 points. Chennai Super Kings net run rate is way too superior. It's 0.739, and RCB's currently is minus 0.159. So it would take an enormous ratio to knock that out. It is so disappointing. Jemima was looking so good. She got 49 not out. She was looking good. I'm really sorry. Playoffs are round the corner. So I guess I'll make the thumbnails for the same beforehand. If I've been busy the past week. Okay. All right. So how many T20 left now for the women? They have two more to go. 7-5, correct. Let's see, Norman. Thomas, the cookie crumbles in weird and unexpected ways. Sounds like a Chinese proverb. RCB will stay at the third spot. Yeah, I think so. So 1 DC, 2 CSK, 3 RCB. That's right, Parmesan, but I'd say 4 is KKR at this point. Well, I know we have to wait and see. I'm not going to preempt too far, but, a little fairness. We'll sort of find out very, very soon because the next match will be the tell-all, won't it? The next game will be the tell-all between Kolkata Knight Riders and Mighty Smalls. Kolkata Knight Riders win well. It'll take a monumental effort for the Mumbai to actually win well. Win well to the extreme next match. Brilliant innings from Rahul. I feel bad for him. He has played brilliantly in the uphill. He certainly has. I think he's got the orange cap, isn't he, at the moment? He's 70 not out. And there's some 10.5 over. So they're absolutely slaughtering this, aren't they? 70 or 34 balls, 6 4s and 5 6s. And 8 markers on 12 off 6 balls. He's also motoring. So, yes, oh my God, Pbks last ball, he's over could see him go, well, 1 for 47 at the moment. Oof. Yeah, after 10.5 overs, Punjab Kings need 30 off 55. It's pretty damaging. What's the Oman Sri Lankan score? Okay, let's have a look. The Oman Sri Lankan score, which is happening now in Al Amrat. Sri Lanka is in fact 4 for 162 after their overs, and Oman is 4 for 34, which is pretty ordinary after 7.1. So they need to get 129 off 76 balls. They're not going to do that. Is that actually a qualifier? Is that a qualifier? I think it is. Yeah, well, Sri Lanka, you'd expect Sri Lanka to get through, let's be honest. DC versus CSK in the first qualifier, yes. Devon Conwell will be a great addition to the IPL. Okay, is there some word that he's playing? Mark my words, DC will win the IPL. Probably, John, I say the same thing. I've got little to no doubt that's going to be the case. Well, that's at this place. A little bit early, but yeah, I think it's a fair comment. Well, we've had 2.8 million views of my channel. 2.8 million. Just past that today, which is quite impressive. So Kara Rahul's got an outside chance of getting 100 here. There's 27 runs to win. Now he's on 73. If Aiden Markram just keeps one in and lets Rahul do the scoring, they could get 100. Shame Punjab couldn't score 3 runs in 6 balls with 6 wickets remaining against Royals. That game will haunt. Certainly will. Rain saved India from losing this match. Are you talking about the women's? Because if that's the case, Rain saved Australia from losing the match, I would argue, not India. Yeah, Rain saved India from winning the match, effectively. And look at Kara Rahul, 79 off 37 balls, 6 fours and 6 sixes, strike rate of 213.51. Magnificent. Dan Christian hasn't scored more than 1 run in any match. How is he still playing? Well, he's pretty influential on the side, I'll tell you that now. Don't discount him at all. This innings from Kara Rahul's out of his skin. There's 21 runs off 52 balls, and Kara Rahul's got 20 runs to get 100. So that would be exciting, even though it won't, in the scheme of things, mean too much. And here he is, Dwayne Bravo's bowling, and you've got so then 20 runs off 52 balls with Rahul on 79. I wonder if Hayden Mark was aware of how close Kara Rahul is to his 100 and to let him Dwayne Bravo's facing bowling. Another 6 for Kara Rahul. It is. Kara Rahul has just gone to 85 off some 38 deliveries. He has hit 6 fours and 7 sixes. Punjab won that game. Okay, back then, we can't put that in. So that's a beautiful shot from Kara Rahul. He's hitting magnificently. Oh, it was a great force. Effortless 6. So Kara Rahul is on 85 runs. His team needs 14. He's just picked up a single there. He's gone 86. He's got 86. In fact, he's getting 2 there. Magnificent. My heavens. So 87. So we could be watching a possible 100 here. But Barney can do anything. Come on, let's not talk about it. Dan took 2 wickets in the same over and took a brilliant catch. Yeah, he's an all-round incredibly important player. Rahul's playing the knock of the IPL 2021. I would agree. What do you think about the last ball of yesterday's match? Oh, there was frustration. Harsh Gupta. It's a wide, which means there's 11 to win. Rahul needs 13. So, yeah, I reckon you might see Rahul just hold back, had 1 or 2 to win, and then hit a 6. '87 of 30, 88 of 40. Six fours and 7 sixes, exactly 220 strike rate. Now that there's 10 balls to go, 10 runs to go, I reckon add a marker in my play, block a few balls here. And still have to punch up in the competition, yes, but not today. They're obviously going to smash CSK, absolutely pulverise them. So Markham's on 12. I reckon he'll block. He's taking a single. So, with KO Rahul on 88, they need 9 to win. Rahul needs 12 for his 100. So maybe they'll go close to 6 or 7 and then go for 6. Could be in for a very impressive finish here from KO. 88 off 40 balls. A strike rate of 220. Have I tried it in the snacks? Of course I have. ABD was able to win the yesterday's match. Yes. Let's have a look here. CSK getting a nice old touch up here. Punjab have done 11 or 12 overs, in fact. Well, Markham's got the strike still, so he actually got a single to keep the strike. Maybe he'll block the hole over from Shuttle. Why not? Oh, he's played miss that ball. And in fact, Markham has actually nicked the ball. Looked like he had nicked it, actually. Not a huge, not a huge amount of noise there, but it's 4 for 126. Only a mere 9 runs to win. Carroll on 88. Maxwell's wicket was turning point. Yeah, it was. KR Rahul would definitely have the orange cap now, wouldn't he? After this performance, 88 off 40 balls, 6 fours and 7 sixes. People don't always equate quick scoring to KR Rahul. He's not always known to be the quickest of scorers, but he's certainly blowing that out of the water. So Mozon Reeks is in there, and Mozon Reeks, the Australian, has come in and look. I'm pretty sure he'll. Well, he may just simply not score runs. Not just not going to duck up. We got nothing after this over. Allow Rahul to come home with a wet sail. Rahul first to score 600 runs in the IPL 2021. Rahul currently has 615 runs. I'm not sure what happened there. Well, it doesn't look like Mozon Reeks is exactly trying to farm the strike. Well, sorry, allow Rahul to have the strike. Rahul. Chennai will lose them. Eliminate, they are playing like village cricket well at the moment. They certainly not playing well. Will Gale play the next over? No, he won't. He's out altogether. They're running 2. They shouldn't be running 2. They ran two. So Rahul, well, they need 7 runs to win, but Rahul needs 12 for his 100. So 2 sixes passes the score and allows Rahul to score 100. Let's see. But Mozambique is still at the strike. So they need 6 to win. So if Rahul scores a 6, he's 94 not out. If he scores 5 and then a 6, he's 99 not out. Faf will get orange cap. No, Rahul. Gaurav Sharma. Good night, Norman. See you tomorrow. Okay. Oh, gee, you're leaving early. Cam hasn't started yet. So Shardul Thakur comes in to bowl to Rahul. They need 2 to win because Rahul's just scored a 4. Oops, a misfield. There was a misfield, wasn't it? Awful. So Rahul at 92. They need 2 to win. So 92 not out. 7 4 7 6s of 41 balls. Strike rate of 224.39. College between Gaikwad and Faf. Well, what do you mean Rahul's got 92 here? Okay, so that's because he plays too much as well. Okay. So Rahul, his match is over. He's on 98, so he's an enormous 6 here. And he got 98 of 42 balls, 7 4s, 8 6s. Time 33.33 is the strike rate. So Punjab get the 134 after 13 overs. CSK are not going to go any higher than second. They might be a little bit dangerous there, but it doesn't look like they are in any danger. The run rate will be the difference. So CSK have been magnificent. 98 not out from Rahul. Magnificent. Just want to see what's happening here. It's not letting me go back here. So 98 of 42 balls, 7 4s, 8 6s. That's an incredible performance by Rahul. He deserved 100. Yes, he did. 8 6s. Amazing. So look here. 98. Magnificent. So I'm just updating the scorebook here on the. So Punjab have really given it to Chennai Super Kings. My God. It's quite a little hefty let's have a look here. So what do you think of that performance by Rahul? Punjab beat CSK for the first time in UAE. All right, that's something of a bit of a milestone. I really wouldn't have expected that result to happen, to be honest. But wow, Rahul, fabulous performance. Probably is the match of the tournament so far. Super striker in the match was Rahul, definitely. Super striker, my God. And you have to be the orange captain. 98 off 42 balls. Seven fours and 8 sixes. Wow. Have to be some sort of record. I don't know. But so strike rate of 233.33. But Pbk is Punjab. Pass CSK total in 13 overs. Now, is that enough to get them through? No, it's not. There we go. So Chennai Super Kings 134 for 6 off 20. Punjab easily 4 for 139 after 13. So I mean, Faf Triple C looked pretty good in his performance, but it didn't match what happened just then. That was magnificent. Magnificent. So let's look at the points table is updated yet. Where is it? So Punjab go through to, at this point, to 5th spot with 12 points. Rajasthan Royals and Mumbai Indians will play now, and the winner of that will probably go then back. Kolkata Knight Riders and Rajasthan Royals are playing now. Kolkata Knight Riders win, they'll almost cement their 4th spot, and Rajasthan will cement their 7th spot. Put it that way. They'll only lose Mumbai Indians with a chance. Very, very outside. So Kolkata Knight Riders' net run rate at the moment is 0.294. Okay, Mumbai Indians is minus 0.048. It's not impossible for Mumbai to get their own rate up, but it's going to be very unlikely. The match was Duplessis versus Rahul. It certainly was. But Rahul takes the honours for sure. So Rahul, super striker, 98 off 48 balls. 7 fours, 8 sixes, strike rate of, there should be a strike rate of 233.33. Punjab pass CSK total in 13.4 overs. Can they qualify? Exactly, very, very thin chances. Best way to put that, that's true. Now we're going to get down to the pointy end of the tournament, this particular match, in terms of the way that the matches will go. This match will be the one that KK win. You would argue, see you later, Mumbai. But yeah, some 6 minutes before the toss. And as they say, this is an important game, and important not just for the two playing sides, Kolkata and Rajasthan Royals, but also the Mumbai Indians, since their fate will depend on the today's result. So, yeah, it's a pretty fateful moment there for Mumbai Indians having to rely on KKR losing. If they win in reasonable time, they're going to keep their position. And Mumbai will be out, so Mumbai will not be able to follow on and win another title. Punjab have only themselves to blame. They couldn't score 3 runs and 6 balls with 6 wickets in the outcome. Let's talk about today's performance and how impressive that's been. Very impressive indeed, actually. I'm going to hope for more viewers watching this, by the way. But Punjab have finding themselves like, okay, I'm sure for stuff. I do agree with you. It's a lot of interesting possibilities here, but really only really one. KKR by how much, as long as they win. There's a Manila Marathon, Mania Marathon cycle. Manila Marathon. Okay, so we've got some 5 minutes before the tosses and any team changes to KKR versus Rajasthan Royals. I had a quick chat with Ben Cutting earlier, who's a KKR player. I'm not expecting him to play. He was quite dismissive of the whole thing at the moment. Punjab, where the guests were, Bahram Naresh, they'll be here. Punjab has destroyed themselves by their own. Okay. Sitting out Gal, yeah. Look like Brawl didn't need him. Deepak Chahar proposed to his girlfriend after the match. Really? I didn't see that. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so this is certainly not a match for the faint-hearted. KKR will be sweating bullets a little bit. I would hope to win this. Against the Rajasthan Royals side that, yeah, have been lackluster this tournament. Yeah, as I said, the Punjab Kings, she said yes. Oh, well, good. That's good. I'm glad Deepak Chahar said a yes. It's pretty scary to be saying it in front of an audience of people. So Punjab Kings have now moved up to 5th in the points table after KL Royals blasted his way to 98 out. Okay. So Knight Riders can lose by about 71 runs while chasing 180 against Royals and still be above the Kings net run rate to Punjab Kings. Well, that's not the issue. KKR have to beat Mumbai in this table, not Punjab. Punjab's not the worry at this point. Should be seeing a toss very, very shortly. When Kohli was asked about Chahal performance in the yesterday's match, he didn't give a hint about Chahal's inclusion in the World Cup squad. I'm are you insane? I'm not sure what's going on there. So this is the 54th match. There are 2 matches left. Mumbai's only hope is KKR lose. Mumbai will play next, and then Delhi Capitals play against RCB. Mumbai Indians schedule there. Mumbai Indians should beat SRH, you would expect. Mumbai will have to get SRH out for a duck, 1, and then win by the first over. I'm joking. I'm not exactly sure what the stats are, but it'll take a fair bit for them to pull their way through. That's happening, of course. Doubleheader tomorrow. We'll have that at 1 a.m. Australian time, which I'll be on 11:30 p.m. Australian time, which is effectively 5.5 hours at 6 p.m. your time. Game starts at 7:30 Indian time. Yes, the car roll hit at 101.6 meters. It's pretty impressive. The 54th match, so that previous match we just saw was at Dubai, the International Stadium in Dubai. It's a brilliant, nice stands. Sharjah is more boutique. Then we go back to Dubai then Dubai will follow for the next few matches, except for two matches in Sharjah. That is the Eliminator and Qualifier 2 are both in Sharjah. Qualifier 1 is in Dubai, where they play the final. So the first two sides have got a massive opportunity, certainly. The toss, has it come up yet? Let's have a look. Toss is due now. No toss yet. Still no toss. Okay. There is a toss. Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and will bowl first, which is the ploy of all teams. Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and will bowl first. That's somewhat of an advantage for Rajasthan Royals. They'll be happy about that. So let's get that right. Rajasthan Royals win toss and elect to bowl. So that's given Rajasthan Royals some hope here, at least very early on. Team chasing has won. Yet again in the previous match with absolutely CSK was pulverised by Punjab. Whether you include Russell, all winners also decided whether they were okay. Samson has the first chance. It's been easy to bowl here. The way that we could behave here the other day was completely different to Abu Dhabi and Dubai. 4 changes today for what Samson could remember. Livingston for Lewis. So Evan Lewis is out. Livingston's in. Woodard cut for Gopal. Rower for Dave Miller. Morris is in for someone. Yeah, so Rajasthan also gone for quite a bit of change there, bringing in Morris and Livingston's maybe give a bit of an edge. Russell, if he was in the previous side, is staying. So, and Morris is in for someone. That were the exact words. BBL starting a new system. Number 1 direct into the final at home venue. Number 3 and 4 playing the winner place 2, who then play the final. Okay. Pbks engaged after the low matches. We saw that. So Morris is in for someone. Morgan, we don't need to look too far ahead. We are looking forward to the last group match for us. Ferguson is in for South. So Lockie Ferguson for Southie. So KKR just made the one change, Lockie Ferguson coming in. And Morris is in for someone. Mr. Someone, who Mr. Someone, we'll find out. So yeah, 4 changes to the Rajasthan Royals side. So the equation for RR is they have to beat KKR by 120 runs and hope that Mumbai Indians lose by 40 runs, which is unlikely. Yeah, the whole thing's unlikely. So KKR, again, their sides are identical. Let's look at those breakdowns. Let's have a look here. Where is this game? Not showing up this game. Locking in places Saudi. I just said that. No, it's escapers. It's funny they're not showing the IPL. Okay. Yeah, there we are. Here we go. So KKR's team. It's slow to put up the both sides, actually. Okay, so KKR. The KKR side is Shuman Gill, again opening with Venkatesh Iyer, great pairing. Then you have for KKR Tripathi, Rana, Morgan, Dinesh Karthik, Shakib Al-Hussain, Sunil Narayan, Lockie Ferguson, Shivam Mavi, and Varun Chakravarti. It's not a bad side. So at this point, we still think that someone's in for someone there. Rather unusual. It's interesting. They're taking the sweet time announcing or putting up the actual Rajasthan Royals team. I've not done it yet. But as we heard, Livingston for Evan Lewis. So Livingston, I'm assuming, will open. Then you have Ornid Cut for Gopal, so they've been pretty bowling. Rawat for Miller. Yeah, Dave Miller's been very underwhelming. And then Morris in for someone. We're not sure who that someone is. Tipak Chahar. Chahar, okay. Samath Shastri Reddings and stuff. Here we go. So the Rajasthan Royals side is now here. And there is a team selection there. Leo Livingston's up top there with Jaswal. Sanju Sampson at first, Dubey, Glenn Phillips, Anuj, Rawat, Chris Morris at 7, Tawati at 8, Unadkat, Rahman, and Sakurai. So what was the story? Morris is in for. Yeah, I don't know who in fact was dropped there. It's like an out-and-out bowler. Liam Livingston as the opener, he played a bit of a free rein to go for it, won't he? He got engaged, just we know that. So Rajasthan Royals and KKR both had the announcements. So that Morris is in for someone. We're still not sure who that someone is. If someone can tell me who that someone is, it'll be good. So realistically, it's all in favour of KKR. Not the toss necessarily, but look at those sides. KKR are virtually unchanged, except for Lockie Ferguson. So why are they? What's Lockie Ferguson Saudi? Is it just rotation? I'm guessing it is. Very underwhelming crowds and general reactions here. So yeah, the playoffs, or schedule if you want to call it that. You see the last match happening on Saturday the 16th. So what's today? Today's the 7th, 8th. The so-called final of the IPL will be next Saturday or next Friday, at the minute, 15th. 15th will be the last match. Interesting. Very interesting. So there'll be the games tomorrow, which is Friday, the doubleheader on at the same time. Then you'll go Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and then Friday. So qualifier 2 will have to play a couple of days before the main match. So it gives qualifier 1, if they win on Sunday, a number of days to relax and sort of, yeah. Okay. That's what we have as a situation there. I'm expecting KK to come out and win today against Rajasthan Royals and putting us to bed. But look, if they lose and Mumbai win, we might have a complete last-minute Mumbai innings resolution there to come in and really put some, cat amongst the pigeons, as they say. Hasn't been much of a crowd. There's a lot of people looking at the various fan club bases as well, of course. Punjab Kings, yet again, if you haven't heard, after 13 overs, only 13 overs, have scored 139 for 4 with a magnificent 98 by their captain, KL Rahul, off some, I think it was 40 deliveries. His strike was 233.33. Amazing. There are rumours of Harshal Patel getting in the World Cup squad. Wouldn't particularly shock me. There might be a few changes for sure. Ishan Kishan proved himself, so he's staying. And will probably still be in the side. Yeah. So still 18 minutes before this match starts. And I thought they'd be more interested in watching this match for sure, based on the scenario. But the Indian women, yet again, I'll go through that, were 4 for 131 after their 15.2 overs. They didn't get a chance to finish at 20. Jemima Rodriguez was 49 not out and doing very, very well. Australia didn't get a chance to play. No result. They both get 1 point. The points in that is 7 to Australia, 5 to India, 7-5, with 2 T20s to go, which are worth, I believe, 2 points each. So 4 points up for grabs. It could be a 9-7 India victory. Or 7-all with the fantastic last match to come. It makes it very, very interesting indeed. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Jamal Rodriguez certainly played well. KL Rahul, 98 off, in fact, it was 42 balls. 98 off 42 balls and 7 fours and 8 sixes. I was wondering who they were going to drop. Chakravarti seems like he allegedly complained of knee issues. Well, there you go. 4th place is brightly for KKR. That's what Thiwen Kumar comes through. I haven't seen Thiwen Kumar before. Okay. 98 of 42 balls. Magnificent. Let's have a look here. So KKR would be fairly buoyant at the moment. So there's the Mumbai Indians fan has said winning that toss was so important. As a Mumbai Indians fan, I have a glimmer of hope. So the fact that Rajasthan Royals won the toss and elected the bowl puts the pressure on KKR to bat first, and Rajasthan Royals can come in with a wet sail. Well, Evan Livingston is certainly there. He might want to prove a point. Chris Morris has done zip all tournament for his multi-million-dollar signing. So Thiwen Kumar says, MI want to come fourth, they must win, and Kagan must lose. Also must need good net run rate. Okay. If Punjab will qualify, Kagan lost this match. Okay. Taylor Vlahovic bowled 145 Ks today. Wow, that's fast. Taylor Vlahovic bowled 145 kilometers per hour as a girl. Whoa, that's pretty outstanding. She had a break. She didn't play the other matches, as a matter of fact. Is that right? 145. Whoa, that's pretty damn quick. For most men, don't get anywhere near that. Could she become the first 150k plus over? What do you think make of Omra and Malik? Another, champion Indian bowler. It's the third bowler of the match. Pretty damn unbelievable. I have to get a replay that. What do you think about? Yeah, Omra Malik's a huge Indian future. The likes of Kohli certainly were impressed when they saw him go about his business. So all hats off to him. So we've got some 14 minutes before the match starts. So most men can't bowl 145 exactly. Bro, Imran Khan, young Indian bowler, bowled 155 k's instead match. Wow, but that's outrageously fast. We have had some bowlers bowl fast. Shoaib Akhtar, Brett Lee at one stage, and Jeff Thompson at his best, certainly. So what was it again? That was. So look at this. They bring up that scenario there. It might have been the fastest ball. I don't think it affected the Indian batters. They were pretty good. So Taylor. It's funny when I put that in, always updated with name. So Taylor. Vlahovic. At what was it again? 145, was it? Was it 145? Battery's running like wires, must be that back. Now it's going. Now we've got some activity there. There we have it. 145 Ks. What was the other young fellow's name? Umran. Well, I must say it sounds very Pakistani in terms of now. Must be a Sikh from the north. Bowled delivery at 155. Some very interesting stats there. Interesting. Wayne watched at the first 20, knew that. Points table, schedule. This is going to be a very important match, as we talked earlier. Rajasthan Royals, I'll go through the team once again if you like. With Liam Livingston coming in for Evan Lewis now, that's interesting because Lewis has done so well. Livingston, Jaswal, Sampson, Dubé, Glenn Phillips, Anuj, Rawat, Chris Morris, Tavati, he can bat as well as bowl. Jadev Unadkat comes in at 8. Rahman at 10. And, of course, Sakurai as the last batter in the bowling department. KKR have Shubman Gill and Venkatesh Iyer, a very strong opening partnership. Tripathi, Nitish Raina is doing real bat and ball. Morgan, captain, Dinesh Karthik, wicketkeeper, Shakib Al Hussain, Narayan, Lockie Ferguson, Marvi, Chakravarti. So more of a spin-friendly bowling lineup there. Do you include Southee in your KKR 11? No. Well, at the moment, yes. Lockie Ferguson or him at this stage. No, I think Norjay has bowled the fastest ball in the IPL, has he? I didn't say that Malik said he bowled the fastest delivery. It was more that it was just for anecdotal sake. I think they scored that. Still a great performance for India because that's an Indian bowler bowling 155 kilometres. I can't remember another Indian bowler doing that. Pakistan was shot with not Imran Khan, but Shoaib Akhtar, yes, but not India. We'll wait to see, won't we? So I'm not saying it's the fastest delivery in the IPL for the men. It's just a stat of comparison. Women's cricket certainly has, picked up. All these people joining Telegram. Yash Lahoti also joined. Okay. The women's qualify for next year's World Cup, which is going to be in New Zealand. A lot of the qualifiers, they're moving to Zimbabwe, where Sri Lanka will be there, Bangladesh will be there, obviously Zimbabwe. There's a few teams going there to all go about qualification. Varun Aaron was quick bowler once in a while. Okay. Stark is the fastest bowler in the world cricket. He can bowl up to 160. Yeah. People are expecting Venkatesh Iyer to score 100 in no time. Well, good time to start now. Srinath, he wasn't that fast. Varun was fast, but I don't know whether he was that fast. But not many, put it that way. And they've got one now with this guy. On slow decks, fast bowling can be a hindrance as the ball could come on better. True. Absolutely. If you bowl a good Yorker, though, I think it won't matter then. In fact, these wickets in the UAE will not suit most of the top bowlers, the fast bowlers. What I'm talking about there is the New Zealand bowlers normally are in vogue, but they may have a bit of a problem unless they're bowling good line length, like Munchie was saying. They're probably the two that would probably have, it's even Mitchell Stark struggles with his pace in T20 format, for sure. All right, so 7 minutes to go before start. Assam will also won the toss in the bowling, so we will see Gill and Venkatesh Iyer go out to open the batting with Tripathi, Nitish Raina, Morgan, Dinesh Karthik following with also Shakib Al Hussain. Munchie, do you really follow the IPL? The ultra quicks seem to be doing better than in this UAE. Well, if you're super quick, you're only good at any wicket. True, as long as you bowl good length. Yeah, I'm a little bit sleepy tonight, guys. You're right. I'm trying to pump chocolate in it because chocolate tends to keep me up. Keeps me up any time of the day. Yeah. Well, not much else being said here. Again, as I said, Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and have elected to bowl, therefore putting Sam Sutton's team of KKR into bat. Well, it's not actually Samson's team, is it? I'll get that right. It's actually Owen Morgan's team into bat. Umran Malik's 153 Ks is the fastest bowler of the 2021 series. Norjay's 156 is the fastest bowler in IPL history. Norjay bowled that last year. Okay. Harsh KKR win today. That one. So I threw. Has to then win by a big margin, extremely big margin. This season, Sharjah has been very sticky this summer. Ball not coming about, popping up, bit tennis ball like about. Batters should plan their innings. Short boundaries are a mirage given the nature of the surface. Yeah, Sharjah in particular, but yeah. But if a short ball comes, they're not going to muck around, are they? When I get the chance to watch the games, I do. I have even had one eye on the European Cricket Championship in Spain, and England 11 smashed 110 overs in one game. Well, okay. Who's winning that tournament, though? Oh, okay. I thought Norjay bowled 154 this season too. Maybe not. Okay. We probably went very close. So, Munchie, who do you think is going to win? We've got Delhi versus Chennai, Bangalore versus either KKR or Mumbai, likely to be KKR. You would imagine RCB will beat the fourth side and will go through to the next stage. The loser of Delhi and CSK will play RCB. So let's say CSK versus RCB. Delhi go through. Delhi will play the winner of RCB and CSK. Likely to be CSK, and then Delhi will win the overall thing. If they don't, they've underperformed. Last 5 matches, Kolkata have won 3, Rajasthan Royals 2. So it's really close. What are the chances of RCB and finishing top 2? Unlikely, because they're going to get a humongous win and not enough net run rate. Last game, Royals won by 6 wickets, chasing 133. Okay. It's interesting to see that sort of format. We don't always remember that, do we? It's only a handful of minutes left before the match starts. And then a double header tomorrow at the same time, which will have more people on that. And then we'll have very good panelists for our semi-finals, as in qualifiers and playoffs, whatever way you call it. I call them semi-finals, but they're not really semi-finals early on, are they? Preliminary knockout semi-finals, there's also terms given to that. I see that the batters are going out. Shubman Gill and Venkatesh are both going out to bat. Yeah. Gill's been in pretty good form, I think. RCB played tabletop as DC in the last game. Don't think RCB can beat them by 100 runs. I agree. Do I know about the European Cricket Championship? Not a lot. I'll keep Gaham happy and say Mumbai. But now, Munchie, if Mumbai aren't in the top 4, they can't win. Just to make that clear. So Shubman Gill, 55 matches, 1,235 runs, 850, strike rate of 123. Commendable. Not as big as the 233 that Rahul hit in the previous innings on the other game. Jaydev Unadkat, who's a pretty impressive ball. He's played 86 matches, taken 85 wickets, a common rate of 8.74. 8.74 is not brilliant. Assume Mumbai innings made. You have to assume Mumbai innings have to make it for them to do that, and that's the problem. Ravman Powell and Unmuks Chand are bullying blokes there in the USA League. Oh, well. Bullying in a negative way or a positive way? Shubman Gill must be shaking his head because he's lost his test spot to, first of all, Agarwal, then on to KL Rahul, and that would mean that KL Rahul we'll keep it from now on. My hair and beard are going on Monday, so Monday night's matches or viewings. I've got my hair cut planned for Monday at 2:20 p.m. So here we go. Owen Morgan and his KKR team versus Sanju Samson and his Rajasthan Royals. And they're about to count down. Now they are. There's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. KKR's fate is in their hands. Let's see how they go. First ball, I'm going to cut beats Gill. I think it's a nasty stare there from when it cut. DC or KKR might be the champions. Chennai, yeah, I'm thinking DC. By bullying, I mean thrashing. They are the pros amongst rookies, of course. I think Royals will win this game. Okay, well, first delivery looks a bit pretty good. Gill's hit the ball beautifully through the onside field there for at least 2. Which team do I support in the IPL? Sundar Balamurugan. I've always maintained that Delhi Capitals will win this season. That's my pick for this season, but I'm a KKR fan. I think Royals will win the game. Okay. I don't think so. Gill's hit a beautiful controlled off drive and it's gone racing to the boundary. Racing to the boundary. Kara Halsey should be inspiring Gill to do it. That was a beautiful, slightly lofted but beautifully played. Checked it insufficiently, but beautifully played. Oh, beautifully controlled. Reason of being a KKR fan, how long have you been watching IPL? For a long time. Back at the beginning, I remember the performance that, the opening batting performance of Brendan McCullum. Scored that 100. Thought you had better taste, Norman. I'm disappointed. What? Because I'm going for KKR. Well, it's just because it's the first time that I had some sort of involvement with. McCullum scored 175. It was a phenomenal, amazing innings. That's what Munchie's just reminded me of the score. RR and Punjab needs some other captain. Yeah, maybe. Don't cry. Who's your Tim Humar? Again? I'm going for Delhi Capitals this season. From ball 1, I've said that they were going to win. From ball 1. Sorry, 158. No one's well, still 175, 158. Much there's still a lot of runs. In a T20 match, for God's sake. Cricket match happening today. Women, yes. That Zimbabwe versus Ireland, ODI. India versus Australia, T20. So the women, we know the Australia versus India match, we know that. Zimbabwe versus Ireland, okay. An ODI. India versus Australia, T20 International. Yeah, we knew that. The Zimbabwe versus Ireland, that's a women's match, you're saying? Okay. In the case of the so-called qualifier, Oman's going from Mumbai. Well, they're not in the top 4. They're not going to be there, are they? Yeah, the women's qualify for the World Cup next year, which is in March in New Zealand. They all go to Zimbabwe, which is an unusual spot for a qualifier in this current realm of COVID. We in Australia will be out of COVID on October the 11th. Aparna was to join us, but she's not here. So why are we getting such an elongated view of the Rajasthan Royals won the toss and chose to bowl. Picture there. Is there a break from those? And here comes Chris Morris opening for another end. The multi-squilling there from his auction. Remember that well at the beginning of the year. Terrible. Finch is a better player and captain of the Australian team. Still not playing IPL. Yeah. Better than Maxwell. He deserves a chance. It's a point for him. Yeah. Ireland beat UAE. Okay. Ireland won by 7 wickets, chasing on 23. Man of the match, Curtis Campher, 3 for 9 and smashed 9 of 3. Okay. Thank you for that. So Morris, the swilling air Morris is bowling quite pedestrian, if you ask me. So the C Red power player, Kohli, Shaw, Chahar, Bairstow, Gill. Okay. Do I cook my own food? On occasions, yes. UAE have lost 2 and 2 now. They play Ireland again tomorrow. Yeah. Sampson as captain. Won't be all that happy with his season. His own batting form. I think he wore the orange cap at some stage. It was 32 degrees Celsius today here in Australia, in Sydney. It rained, of course, in Brisbane or Gold Coast, as we heard. It didn't rain here, though. Chairman Ian Watmore resigned from this post. ECB chairman. Okay, all right. Must have a beeline to the. I haven't got any updates on that, interestingly enough. Monty Panslow, who's normally on the show, was breaking news on Harshal Patel. Don't know where he got it from. Chris Morris looks pretty woeful. I'm planning to come to UAE. Well, there's been some difficulties with our visas here, I'm afraid. Feels like 32 in England as well, but that's Fahrenheit. Okay. Do you get to see Aurora Australis where you're from? No. Well, not specifically. No. Chris Morris said every reason to laugh. He's made millions and he's done stuff all horrifically underwhelming. And these Team Rajasthan Royals have been equally as underwhelming, I'm afraid. KKR should win this. Do you get... Okay, I already asked that question. So I always ball out to Reece Madonna's gone for 4, though. Chris Morris, awful. Awful. Would have kept dive from Milan, didn't have a chance. Interesting to see these great players, so-called great players like Steve Smith, even Warner, and David Miller, all just sitting on the sideline for most of the season. Chris Morris with his $1 billion check. Who is the most destructive player who always plays attacking shots starting from first ball? Say what would have to be Ireland, yes. Warner on his day. Royals are a very poorly managed team. Yeah, I would agree. They've got Sonny Cara, haven't they, at the helm of them? As a mentor more than a true responsible coach. Oh, God. It's one of those days. Jai Surya, yeah, Munchie, I would agree. Jai Surya was certainly up there with Sewak, very similar, yes. Even Carlo, his batting partner. Sometimes franchises are in just for the money, Norman. It's the case with every sporting league. Yeah, well, that's not highly unusual, is it? Australia needs someone like Warren to provide them. Or you mean Rajasthan Royals, they need Warren. Yeah, pain. They may have to. SRH2, oh God, yeah. The SRH's Punjab, the Rajasthan Royals have all been pretty languishing all season. KK have been underwhelming early on, but they've got through now, though. Well, landings have been disappointing, even though they're coming home with a wet sail. They may be coming home too late. Pretty good stop, Samson, for a ball that was really just bouncing all over the place. Very, very tiring. Who's this bomb? Oh, cat. Gill and I have been relatively conservative so far. Here at Sharjah with the lower stands. Venkateshwar seems very upright. Harshal Patel has the most wickets by Indian bowler in single IPL season 29. Well, he maybe with a late chance. They've got, 2 days left before they can change the sides. Sakurai's on. Venkateshwar is being a little bit conservative, not bad though. Australia need Ponting as a mentor or assistant coach for this 2020 World Cup, considering the performance of Delhi. Yeah, but I think they're going to do it though. But I love the way that Dhoni's been made the mentor. Are you a granddad, Norman? No, I'm not. No. Not that I'm aware of. No, I'm pretty sure I'm not. Tripathi, Rayner, Obama, and Morgan are coming next. Morgan has been very underwhelming. Very much underwhelming. Ooh. Is that a WW? Looks a bit close. Yeah, inside edge there before. This looks like a cheesecake. Pretty hard, pretty mundane. Gee, tell you what, the World Cup pitches are not going to be great, are they? They're going to be some low scores, low scoring, low bowling, as in spin bowling, slow medium pace will win out. Will suit the Indian batters better, and they're heavily dominant in this tournament. Never seen such dedicated person towards sports. I'm guessing you're referring to me. Sharjah is not one of the better grounds. So they need some grass on that track to live up, to line them up. Yeah, they do. But it's going to be very hard. They've got virtually no time between this IPL final series and the Ultimates. Well, cut wouldn't blow enough time. They might water it quite heavily to try and get some grass to grow you right. Munchy. This looks very green, but it's like a pressed green, almost grey. So deep descriptor who's on my show, Matthew Hayden and Ian Bishop are the commentators. Pretty awful bowling, to be honest with you. And it's not giving the KKR too much rhythm. And some goats to eat the grass. What comments do you come up with? Seriously. So the manure from the goats may help the grass grow too. Is that what you're suggesting? Venkatara is not getting balls where he'd like him to be. They're fairly wide. Maxwell has played brilliantly in this conditions. He certainly has. He will be a big trump card for Australia and should even be captain. Well, at least with Aaron Finch. How can the two pitches be totally different in the World Cup? Because we're looking at the square and they're using most of the middle section, so I can't imagine them changing, because these are the wickets: Dubai, Sharjah, and Abu Dhabi. Matthew Hayden looks a lot older. His haircut's way too short. Not much hair going on up there as well. Deep Sculptor looks much younger. Who I've had on my program. I've been lucky through the year, but I'm not pushing to any of the international people. No. Gill's running down the wicket and he's gone for it, hasn't quite penetrated. So they're up for 20 after what will be 4. Certainly not a fast run rate, but they haven't lost any wickets, so they can escalate that, you would think. So this is the 760th video that I have done. 485 have been recorded and some 275 are live. This is the 275th live program, guys. Thanks to you, I've been putting them on all year. I hope you enjoy this format. A bit long, yes, but watch him go. Ooh, is he caught? No, it's didn't quite penetrate again. Ordered cut bowling. Congratulations for 760, thank you. Pitches more or less the same. Is Beasts are going to prepare the pitches being the host, or ICC would handle it? I'm not sure. It's ICC, not BCCI. So Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, top 3. Kolkata at the moment is 4th. So Gill's gone on the wicket. He's hit very uppishly, but it's gone the distance. It's the 6th. And he's on only on 9. Or is it 15? Wait a second. Pretty clean hitting. .78 meters, which is pretty admirable. Ooh. A deliberate, you could call it an edge. Well, then you'd expect them to do better. Well, yes, you would. Emerging Players Award. Gaiquad's got the top notch as well. Both openers are doing very well. Sakurai coming in the bowl. Suddenly, a lot of left-handers coming in the bowl in the Indian squad. Rishabh Pant's win percentage as captain in IPL against MS Dhoni, 100% 2 games, against Rohit Sharma, 100% 2 games. Yeah, he is looking good this season. They're looking good. People are not talking about him enough. They're worried about Mumbai Indians, KKR, or Delhi's the one. Punt can be India's future captain. I think he can too. BCCI has a major stake in ICC, but that doesn't mean they influence everything. It's been taken away from us. When we had the owner of CSK in there, as the BCCI head, he was a bit dodgy. I've forgotten his naming. What was his name? The previous head of CSK and then head of the ICC. BCCI. Was it BCCI? And even ICC, I can't remember. Yes. Nothing emerging, Jesse. KK are very conservative in the batting. Gills are escalating the scoring rate now. I like the KKR's outfits, to be honest. Nikolai's at a beautiful off drive. Beautiful. Nikolai looks really good. He could go a long way, I would argue. The form of the sides you can't really take into account. CSK's form, RCB's form. A bit ordinary at the moment. Delhi's even pulled the pedal back a bit. They got the semis coming up and the playoffs, as you call it. So Kolkata none for 31 after 5 overs, so 6 and over, 120 score. You need more than that. Although they could bowl well too, but we'll see. Sorry, guys. Morris is still bowling. He's bowling bloody ordinary fast bowling. Gill tried to improvise there and the ball got a bit tight on him. So crisply hit Venkataya through the covers, through a bit off actually, a wide bit off. K. Srinivasan, that's correct, is the former CSK and then BCCI, and he got involved with the ICC as well somewhat. Nice shot, but there was a fills with him. Chris Morris won't be getting this contract again, I'm pretty sure, unless he's hoping for some late pickup. He won't get the same money again. His pay package was enormous this year. And Meredith and Joe Richardson also, they did nothing. CSK is completely dependent on their openers, Udru, to get runs. Everybody else is out of form. Yeah, I'll hold back on that. Yeah, Delhi's got the measure on them for sure. Oh boy. He's a good player, Venkatesh Shah. Very, very pleasant looking shots. All right, guys, give me. CSK is coming. We'll talk about that. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going to get a drink. You hold on, okay? You'll hear me talking in the background. Just going into the fridge. Get some apple juice. Apple juice, apple juice, apple juice. That's the brand of my apple juice. It's amazing how apple juice full of sugar. Full of sugar. Full of sugar. Rizwan Haider. Have you seen his show, Pakistani guy? Has a fireside chat with his friend of his, and I don't know much about them, but they seem to capture an audience, don't they? So Srinivasan, of course, was a bit of corruption there with what happened with CSK, and we're assuming the BCCI was the same, and a bit of ICC dabbling as well. He had a pretty bad reputation for that, although he did some very good things as well. Power play done, KKR 9 for 34. That's pretty ordinary, isn't it? Which team middle order has performed the best in this IPL? Middle order? Delhi, I think. Delhi. CSK now. Maxwell, if you call him middle order. But there's been the opening batsmen who've done very well. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually a pretty good sign of a good batting order, really. Srinivasan was the reason CSK got suspended for 2 years instead of 7 years. That's right. Pretty amazing when you think about it. With this high stakes game, that a team like CSK could get suspended. Showing what Pbks catches the tournament so far. Collie took a great catch. Sakurai's coming now. It's very hard to get runs on this wicket, clearly, as it's been for most of the wickets. So Vivo perfect catches. We've got Sakurai, Tawatia, Jaswal, Tripathi, and Kohli. Kohli's is pretty good, although it may appear simplistic, was pretty important, pretty big. Ordered cut coming in, the left arm. Being very conservative, KK. I guess they can come. What is that juice? Juice is apple juice. Harsh. Apfelsaft, a German way of saying it. Gill's been a bit sluggish for his 38. Sorry, the team's 38. His score is what, 21 of 20. He's slightly ahead of the 100. Has been 14 off 19, somewhat more conservative, but they can still go. Got to hurry up though. Nice clutch shot, George. Some mixes. Nicely placed cut shot there from Aya. So 43 without loss. The run rate's not quite up there yet, but they've got plenty of batting to go. So lots of corruption in the BCC over time, maybe. What is pitch is getting better in the second innings, somewhat. Ahmed Truestar says 140 is a winning score in Sharjah. Royals get 100, get bundled out for 90 here in the last game. KK doing good, I think. They are. That was an uneven bounce there. He pulled it away quite nicely, did Aya. This damn strategic timeout has come up. Well, they're showing all sports, aren't they? It looks like they're showing drive us, inspire us, bring us together. I'm guessing it's when the whistle blows, the world disappears. Is this a for the love of league, one of the sport, boxing, cricket, footy, golf, love of sport? Fox promotion for the channel. 7 overs for 44. It's pretty slow, which I impressed you the most. Which I Venkatesh Iyer. What are you talking? The player? Is there another Iyer? There is another Iyer. Do BBL have strategic timeouts? No, not that I'm aware of. Just probably commercial breaks, probably. Saturday Night Live is a comedy show in America, if you haven't heard of it. Yeah, do BBL have... right, so got a commercial break here in the channel. Which no, the BBL does not have a strategic timeout, but the IPL does, obviously. It's just a commercial break, really. Roald Dahl's The Witches. Roald Dahl was a children's book, wasn't it? Which show? No, it's in which show? Which was Saturday Night Live in America? Yes, in America, Saturday Night Live. Are there ads during the telecast of IPL in the show? What kind of ads? It's a lot of self-promotion of the channel. Finally, it's over. What's over? It's the strategic time is too long. Gil and Naraya, they're talking to. Is it Aya? SNL is Saturday Night Live. It's a comedy show in America. It's been on since day dot. Who will be the next captain of RCB? Well, because of Kohli's, maybe Abby de Villiers, maybe one of the other Indian players, maybe Maxwell. But Kohli will still be in the side. Who will be the next captain there? I don't think they're going to look from outside. They're going to look from inside. Harbhajan Singh, we're talking to there, which is part of Kolkata Knight Riders. He's not playing any games.
So I watched boxing UFC. Not a great deal, probably. What are you drinking? Apple juice. Do you want to play now? If I get a chance. Of course I'll. What's this? Who will be the next Pbks? Oh, I'm not sure if he's captain position. Finch or Warner not. Definitely not. Finch, maybe. What do you drink? I've mentioned apple juice before. Do you think? What type of question is this? ABF. Is this? Oops, just hit that. That's come off the bat, but not the middle of the bat at all. Far too short. Did it hit on the shoulder? So 47 off 7.3. Not fast. It does look like 140 will be a good score. This is a very low run score. Wicket. 95. So Morley Kartik, Anjum Chopra, who's not bad. It's time we do it. Not a bad commentary panel. That was a wide. Is it a wide? Yeah, it is a wide. What time? 150. Harbhajan Singh, once captain of the winning Mumbai innings, now warming the bench and serving drinks well. And making a hell of a lot of money in his late 30s. Major property development in the Amritsar. He was involved with Inzamam al-Haq. Bowling well, Mustafa Sur. They've got left-handers coming out of their ears. They've got Mustafa Sur, they've got Shakarai, and they've also got Unadkat, 3 left-hand bowlers. I love them, to be honest. As a right-hander, I love them. Because it would come into the pad, and I'd lift them over the leg side. Harbhajan Singh has played 163 matches. Enormous amount of IPL matches. British Rhinos getting ready to come in next. Oh, is that? Oh, look close. It's been a very slow 8 overs, isn't it? Very slow indeed. So 24 off 23 and 21 off 25. That's pretty mediocre strike rate wise. 1 for 50 after 8 overs. So what's that? It's not enough. It's just over 6 now, but it's not good enough. Need to go up to 140. What is the one thing which you don't like about IPL? What cannot be done to improve IPL? Not have more teams, to be honest with you. Not be as long, to be honest with you. Break up the 2 legs. Never do that again. Never break them in 2 legs where there's a huge gap between them. It breaks the momentum. It's not good for the teams. Hopefully COVID will not affect it next year. Just play it regardless in a certain time slot. Use all the grounds. Yeah. Dubé is bowling, replacing Unadkat. Dubé is predominantly there as a batter, we believe. A strategic timeout is an absolute waste of time. It's basically a long commercial break. What should be India's team in the World Cup? Well, the likely suspect, KL Rahul, whether they put in Ishan Kishan look pretty good. Sky's been a bit weak. Kohli, obviously. there's a lot of players to pick from. Too many. I'd have Shardul Thakur in there myself. You need to have, obviously, Ashwin in there as a spin department, maybe with Akshar Patel. Then, the likes of Bhuvi as a bowler. Shami's look good as well. Should Kohli open? Yeah, if he's in form, especially towards the end of the tournament, yes. Maybe I think they should play experienced Harbhajan Singh in this match. Well, yeah, it looks like it's too late to be deciding that now, that's for sure. All right, guys, I can see that, got 8 overs gone. We'll probably finish my show at 10. And although it's very early on the piece, you would imagine that KKR will battle and will take control of this. Although Rajasthan also got nothing to lose when they bat, they can go for the go ban there. The last 10 overs of this KKR innings should see some fireworks. I'll watch one more over, guys, and then we'll go. I was taking a full toss, but head straight for the fieldsman. When do I sleep? Very soon. It's now 1:42. I think I'm going to be going to bed now. One more over, then we're going to finish up, guys. We always lose someone at this time. Always lose someone at this time. All right. In fact, I'll go now, guys. All right, you take care. View, like, and share. Subscribe, and see you tomorrow for the doubleheader.